Hey guys, it's Emily. I haven't made a video in a while, but I've been trying to think of things like helpful tips for people specifically going to SLO, but some of these tips might apply to other places as well. Um, so there's probably more that I could think of, so I might come back later and update this, or if people have good ideas that I'll ask later, I can put it in here. But I'll say what I've come up with so far. So, the first thing that I wrote down was to try to keep the room decor simple. Because when I was moving in, we had like these huge bins to move our stuff into the room with, and I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 overflowing bins. I think it was 2. It might have been 3 though, because I remember it was super ridiculous. And yeah, they're overflowing, and because I didn't think that we'd have enough storage space, so I brought a bunch of plastic bins and stuff like that. And so I guess another tip within this is you don't need plastic bins because there is enough space. All of my clothes are in this dresser. These are 2 dressers right here. This one's mine. And I have like clothes hanging in it, and then sweaters, shirts and leggings, and then pants. And before, I also had clothes in these too, because we have a whole nother set of little dressers. But now I just have like medicine and stuff like that in here. A whole bunch of food in here. I can show you guys. So lots of food. And in the bottom drawer, I have shoes, which you can't see. Oh my god, I just thought of another tip. Bring rain boots. It was actually really rainy here this year, but I also don't think that's normal, but you never know what to expect, so bring rain boots. And then under the bed, it's so dark in here, but I just have a yoga mat and some plastic bins behind the dresser thing, and I'm gonna turn on the light, 1 second. And then there's this set of drawers that comes with the room that normally goes under the desk, but I liked having more leg space under the desk, so I moved it under the bed since I had room. And then this is what it looks like with the drawer in it. This is my roommate's desk, and it's just not as much room. And for more storage, we also have these cubicle things. So try to keep it as simple as possible because it's nice to just have space because you don't really have as much of space as it is. Oh my god, I can't talk. I'm like really tired. I have 8 a.m.s every day and I'm sick and on my period, so sorry if I seem out of it. My next tip is to bring a stapler, because some of my teachers that I've had won't even accept your homework if you try to turn it in without it being stapled, so just have one. If you don't have one, you'll probably be able to find someone with a stapler, but it's just nice to have. Okay, third tip is to bring reusable things and dishwashing stuff. So that goes without saying, like a reusable water bottle. And I would have 1 set of metal utensils. We have a ton of plastic ones, but those just go so fast. And it's better for the environment if you just have metal ones. It's just kind of a hassle sometimes having to wash everything, because the kitchen is never really that clean because no one washes their stuff, which is disgusting. But, so it's a little bit of a hassle to wash your stuff, but I think it's worth it. And then we also have mugs, and we have a Keurig, which you're not supposed to have, but if you want one, honestly, you can get away with it. Just saying. Like, we have ours right there, and so when our door's open, it's kind of hiding behind my roommate's bed, so no one can even see it. And when we go on vacation, like for a winter break or anything, we just put it in the closet, or we'll put a towel over it. And if you put a towel over it, make sure it's over the mugs too, because then those don't get all dusty while you're gone. And if maintenance people come during break, they can't look under the towel, they can't look at your stuff, so you'll be fine. And honestly, I think they've probably seen it before and haven't said anything. The only thing that they have mentioned is if we have lights that plug in that aren't battery packed, then they'll definitely mention that and say that we have to do something about it. It depends on the maintenance person, but some have been nice about it. And other people are like, no, you have to get rid of it completely, so just be careful with what you have. Oh, and as far as the reusable things, in the kitchens, at least in Yaki Tutu, they do have dish soap. They don't have towels, and they have a sponge. I don't know if people brought that and everyone just uses it, but they do have it. Personally, me and Kate, we have our own dish soap, sponges, and towels, and I suggest doing that because it's kind of gross to share with everyone, like 250 people in my building. So, bring your own. It doesn't take up that much space, and then hopefully you won't get sick as much, because there was some sort of virus going around this year. What was it? I totally forgot what it was called, but it was like foodborne, so I was not about to share dish stuff with people. Oh, my next tip is to get a Keurig if you want, which I kind of already said. But yeah, if you want a Keurig, you can have a Keurig. Like, it's okay. Step 3 is, oh wait, let me just say, I don't know why I just said step 3. Okay, anyways, another thing about the Keurig is they do have like a community one downstairs, which is fine. Like, use that one if you want. I haven't used it, but I'm sure it works well. The only thing is we're on the 5th floor, and that's all the way on the 1st floor, and I know that sounds so lazy, but also we're the first year living in Yaki Tutu, so a lot of the appliances and everything that's here now was not here for like the first 2 quarters, so we went a while without even having that appliance in the kitchen. So yeah, but if you want a Keurig, you can bring a Keurig. Just when you're moving it in, try to hide it so an RA doesn't see it or something. Okay, my next thing is, if you're thinking of bringing a TV, consider a projector. And obviously there are some really expensive projectors out there, but Cody, my boyfriend, for my birthday or Christmas, it was my birthday, he got me a projector, and it was this one, and I think it was $65, so that's pretty affordable for projectors, because some out there are crazy expensive, and that one, I have to say, works really well. The sound isn't good, but if you have a speaker, just hook your computer up to a speaker. We use our friend Nick's JBL, something like that. I'll show you guys. He just leaves it in our room because he basically lives here. So we use his speaker, and the sound quality is much better then, and the picture is really good. I can record this. We'll probably watch a movie or something later tonight, but we just set it up on this little tray that Cody brought from home for eating. But why don't I just show you guys now, actually, and I'll show you later. So it's like this little tray thing that folds out like this and goes down like that, so it fits behind my bed against the wall. And then we just project the picture onto the dresser, and it works out really well. So yeah, consider a projector. My next thing is fans, because it does get hot here when it does start warming up. And in fall quarter, it's pretty hot in the beginning. So bring fans. We have 2 fans, right there and right there. Those fans are really nice. They can oscillate. They have little controls. I have it next to my bed, so if I'm sleeping and I forgot to turn on the fan or something, I'll just turn it on from there. Very convenient and really nice because there's no AC. There is heating in the new dorms, but yeah, no AC. Another thing about the heating is that if you have it on, if, like, the fan will make a clicking sound. I don't know how the ventilation works here, but there's this metal bar thing that goes across the whole ceiling, and it makes a ticking sound after a while, so it's kind of annoying. But yeah, fans are nice. Let's see, what's the next thing? My next thing is just kind of like a funny little thing. This isn't in all buildings, but the chairs in Yaki Tutu, you can split them in half and make a rocking chair and a stool out of both of the halves. So I'll demonstrate that now. I've actually never split it before, so I don't know if I'm going to do this right. Actually, I'll just insert a clip of that later because I don't know how to do it.
You want taking the top half off the base.
Okay.
There's a little lever right here.
Lever, it's lever.
And you pull it like that and lift.
And then that's a rocking chair.
So then you can
thing.
sit in it.
And then that's a stool.
And then, so like.
Yeah. Okay, and then it goes back on, and that's it. You don't have to put it back. Okay.
No, I got it.
Okay. Oh.
Boom.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Alright. Okay, the next thing is something that no one warned me about. It's that there are turkeys that, I don't know where they live, but they'll walk around over on this street and chase people, because apparently it's mating season, and they get really aggressive and angry, and they'll chase people and like peck at their feet, and people will be running from them, and they'll still run after them, even if it's across the street. So, turkeys. There are angry turkeys on the loose here, and if I can get a video of that, that'd be pretty great, so I'll try to. But, yeah, that's something I wish I had known, just because I don't want to get attacked by a turkey, and yeah. Oops. The next thing, oh, okay, you guys have probably heard this already, but it's difficult it's difficult not having a car here, and, not a lot of people do, not a lot of first years do, so not a lot of my friends do, and so I have not gone off campus besides downtown or on a bus unless it's for spring break or my mom's coming getting me, or like if a parent is coming up and visiting and then they'll drive us to In-N-Out or something. But other than that, you won't really have any method of transportation besides the bus and your feet. Or if you bring a bike, you can do that. I don't have one, but my friends who have brought their bikes, some of them use it a lot and some of them don't use it at all. It just depends on you. But yeah, it'll be difficult without a car. I don't even have a car at home, so it's not even saying, like, if you don't have a car, it'll be difficult, but I would rely on a lot of people to get me around back home, and now not even people can get me around because they don't have cars either, so it's difficult. Okay, my next thing is that GEs are actually very difficult here. I don't know if that's a normal thing, but they're really hard, so pick wisely. And something that can help you with picking your GEs is this thing called poly ratings. So that's actually my next tip, is to use poly ratings, because I'm sure you've heard of Rate My Professor, and Cal Poly actually does not use that to rate their professors. They use poly ratings, and I did not know that. My first quarter, I was like looking at Rate My Professor. I couldn't find any of my professors on there, so I didn't know what to expect going in on the first day. And then someone told me, oh, you have to use poly ratings. I had no clue. So use poly ratings, and that'll give you an idea of what the class will be like, and use that to determine what GEs you'll take or what teacher you'll take that GE with, because the teachers make a big difference, especially for GEs, when you're just trying to get it out of the way, or maybe learn something and get it out of the way, you know, but you don't want something that's going to take up the majority of your time when you have major classes and support classes on top of that. Okay. So the next tip is to have plants in your room. So the light from the window will probably blind this and not let you see, but we have a ton of little plants. And I have a plant up there. They all have names, so they're all very cute. Up there, we have plants. And not only is it like the plants that we got are natural air purifiers, so that'll help with the air quality in your room. But also, I find that it just makes me happier. Some of them are difficult to maintain. Like, we have a fern right here, and she's so difficult. I don't know if she's thirsty or getting watered. Like, I'm not sure. But yeah, plants, they're really good. But if you look it up, they'll have a list of ones that are good for air purifying and stuff like that. So, yeah, plants are a good idea. Okay, my next thing, let me read it first. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. Oh no, this is a long video. I'm sorry. So my next tip is about your schedule. So if you have early classes, even if it's 8 a.m., that's pretty early. I mean, I have 8 a.m.s almost every day, so that means I wake up at 6:30. And because walking to class, it takes around, it could take up to 15 minutes. That's what it roughly takes every day. So you got to give yourself time to walk there. I usually leave like 25 minutes beforehand, just in case. And because all the classes, they start at 10 minutes after the hour starts. So say I have a class at 8, it actually starts at 8:10. But I try to get there by 8 just to have that little safety net of time. So, yeah, give yourself time to get to class. But my point was for this one is if you have an 8 a.m. or earlier, bring breakfast food because all the campus places, like dining places, don't even open until 8 a.m., so there's no way that you're going to eat before your class unless you bring something or you want to get something from like Starbucks or other places like that. I'm just realizing. So I'm not sure. I think the meal plan for incoming students is going to be a lot better than it was this year. This year, the meal plan, you had meal credits and declining dollars. And so meal credits, you had a limited amount, and what they were it was the equivalent value of $8.50. So basically, the campus just put together a few food items, and called it a meal credit if it came out to be $8.50. And that was the worst thing because you could only get certain things. You had to get a drink with it, which might not sound like a big deal, but like it was just kind of wasteful if you had your Hydro with you or something like that. So what else? And like maybe you didn't want to get the thing that had the meal credit. Maybe you wanted something else that you'd have to spend your declining dollars on, which you had less declining dollars and less meal credits because it was split. This is probably so confusing. But next year, I think it's going to be all declining dollars, which means you could spend it on anything. So your guys' meal situation might be different. But my point with that little thing was if you have early classes, maybe bring like a big pack of the microwavable oatmeal things from Costco or cereal or something like that. That might help you get through the day by starting off with breakfast. Okay, my next thing is I just wrote the laundry situation. I think what I meant by that is I live in a building with 250 people, and there are only 4 washers and 4 dryers. That's not a lot. So, it's a struggle to try to wash your clothes when you want to wash your clothes, when you have the time to wash your clothes. You have to be on top of that because they get swooped really fast. But also they're always breaking. One of them is always broken. So just keep in mind that it might be difficult to do laundry. It is free, so that's good. It's free laundry. And then to help with that, there's a website. I'll pull it up right now. I always have it open. I don't know the exact URL, but it's Washalert, washlaundry.com. And if it's green, that means, sorry, it's so hard to see, but if it's green, that means that they're open, red means taken, and if it's light green, it's at the end of its cycle. So that's really nice to have instead of having to, like, go all the way downstairs with your laundry just to find that they're all taken or something like that. So it's nice to have this. Sometimes the site isn't up to date with the actual cycles of the laundry, so sometimes it's not reliable, but oops, in the past for me it has been very helpful. Also, there are different times of the day where laundry is more accessible, like right now. It's pretty good. They're all green. And right now it's 3:17, so just most of the time when people are mostly in classes is a good time. So keep that in mind. So that was my last tip. I think I'm gonna end the video here. If I have anything else to add, I'll add it later. And if you guys have any video requests, let me know because I love to help you guys out. If you have any questions, I'm not sure what to do exactly, like what questions you guys would have. So let me know. And I hope you guys have a really great summer and freshman year and end of your senior year. Alright, bye, thank you.